Okay. Hello, chat. How are we doing today? Y'all doing good? Alrighty. Day 4 out of the final 6. Um, so my original plans were to end the 6 days on Friday. However, math has never been my friend. Um, I started on Monday. So, hey Evelyn, hey Aurora. So, yeah. So today, we are doing something like cooking. Not quite. I kind of have a shorter stream for today. I'm gonna turn the music down because it's a little bit much. Hold on. Hold on. Come with me, guys. Come with me. Okay. So today is gonna be a shorter stream. Why is it so choppy? Do I have a limit? No, I think that made it worse. I think that's better. Okay. So today, what we are doing. Good, my birthday was yesterday. Yep. You are now an adult. Okay, so today, chat, we're making some tea, okay? We are making some tea. Now, normally, when I make tea, I just drink it black. Or I'll get, like, I have tea, like the tea I have today. Oh, like the tea I have today, green tea. I'll just drink it like this, but that wouldn't be very entertaining, so we're gonna make some special tea today. Isn't your birthday soon? Ooh, okay. So, yes, chat. That is what we're doing. We're making some tea today. So I have some water already in our kettle. I could just go over there and automatically put some hot water in a cup. However, I'm not that lazy. Okay, not that lazy. So we have the water cooking. Wow, the water's cooking. Andre, are you going to spill the tea? Oh yeah. Okay, wait, hold on. I got made fun of by a group of little kids for this. Okay. All right. So one is clock it and one is tea. Is this tea in this clock it, or is this clock it in this tea? Yes, ma'am. It's this Friday, actually. What? Wait. First of all, how did Aurora know this? Second of all, happy birthday. Happy early birthday. Well, I'll tell you happy birthday when it's actually your birthday. Miss Evelyn, congratulations. See, I knew it was close to mine. Okay, so the tea is cooking. Alrighty. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, so while that's cooking, while the water is cooking, or heating up, or whatever, I have a piece of paper. It's craft time, chat. It's craft time. So go get you a piece of paper. Go get you a piece of paper. Go get you a piece of paper, chat. Alright, chat. Andre, the hand motions you got right, I think. Okay. You're welcome. Alright. Get you some paper, chat. It is time for crafts. Now this I did not know how to do this. This was shown to me by my good friend Daniel Gabata. He showed me how to do this a while ago. So now I'm going to show you. All right. You have your paper. First thing you need to do is, if you have a piece of paper that's like this, a rectangular piece of paper, that's not going to work. I know what you're thinking. Oh, but you have a rectangular piece of paper. Aren't you a bit of a hypocrite? Oh, ho, ho, ho. First of all, watch your mouth. Second of all, you can make this square piece of paper to rectangle piece of paper into a square very easily. Follow along. Okay, so what you're going to do is do one of these doohickeys, okay? Basically what you're doing is you're aligning the bottom. I don't know how to show you any clearer. You're aligning the bottom like this, this corner, one of the corners, any of the corners you pick, okay? And you'll line it up like that. Make sure it's lined up nice and straight and even. Line it like that, crease it, okay? And this is the very first step. Also, I'll tell you what we're making. Oh, see, Aurora? Okay, we are making a water balloon today. That is what we are doing. We're making a water balloon out of paper. I know, sounds crazy, but just watch. Okay, so this should be your first step. This is what it should look like, okay? It should be like a triangle with this little thing on the side here. Okay, you're going to take this little side here, and you're going to fold it over the triangle as even as you can, like that. Okay. Now this part is kind of hard to get down. If you have scissors, yes, a water balloon. Yes, a water balloon. An actually working water balloon too. Not just something you can like throw water in. Because really anything can be a water balloon. But this is specially designed for water. It's more of a water grenade, I would say. Yes, exactly. Well, that's what makes it better. I would say almost better than a normal water balloon. Okay. Here we go. Okay. If you have scissors, this next part would be a lot easier. If you don't have scissors, I'll show you what you got to do. You're going to fold it over like this, okay? Line it up with this edge here. Okay? Try to get it as straight as possible. The straighter it is, the more even each fold is, the better it'll turn out in the end. Each little mishap makes it slightly worse than the last. Okay? Alright. Once you have it like that, you're just going to fold it back and forth like that a couple times. Just making sure it's in the same crease spot, trying to make sure you're not accidentally moving it or anything. And once you do it a couple of times, you're going to want to just rip that piece off. It's okay if it's not perfect. You want it as close as you possibly can to being perfect, but it's okay if not. Strive for perfection and be satisfied with the results. I don't know. I just made that up. I'm pretty sure Gandhi said that, actually. Okay, chat. Once you do that, you should have your triangle. Okay? Got it? Make triangle. Now unfold it. You should have square. See how it went from rectangle to square? That is what we're aiming for. Okay? Now take your square. Take the side it's already folding in. It doesn't really matter. Okay? And you're going to fold it against the line. So you see the line that's already made there from it being a triangle? Fold it like this, okay? You're making another triangle. Try to line it up as best as possible. You're making another triangle, just now facing the other way. Boom. Got yourself another triangle. Okay? You guys got it? Awesome. When you unfold it, you should have this X on it. Or, yeah. Okay? Now what you're going to do is fold it in the middle of the X. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Fold it like this. Okay? And you just make it back into a rectangle. I know we're kind of going against what we just did, but trust the process, okay? Once you get it like that, it should look kind of like an envelope. It should kind of look like an envelope. Okay, but it should be like that. You're going to hold it like this. Okay, once you get it like that, you're going to hold it like this. And what you're going to do is, you're going to take this, and you're going to fold it in. Okay? You see that? You're folding it in um, like that. Okay, once again, we're making another triangle-esque shape. Okay? Same thing for the other side. Fold it in. Also go like this in the middle. You'll feel it lumping out. Go like that to straighten it out. You should have another tiny triangle. Tinier triangle. Okay? Got it? Got it, chat? Also, our water is done. Have a thought. Envelope, not envelope. Do you guys say envelope? Yeah, I respect it either way. Okay. Once you have your triangle, you're gonna take the flap. Okay. There'll be 4. It'll be like this. Okay. You see? Your triangle will be like that. Okay. You're gonna take one of the flaps and watch. You're gonna bring it up. Okay. Like that. Okay. Makes sense. Take your flap, line it up with the middle. It should be lining up with the top there. Okay. And you're gonna crease it out once you have it lined up. Okay. Again, we want to try to get it as perfect as possible because the better you do it, the better the end result will be. But if it's a little bit janky, that's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're going to do it with the other side as well. Okay. You should end with a cool, almost diamond looking shape. Like that. Okay, now do it the exact same thing. Exact same thing to the other side. Okay? Now you're back to having a square. Okay? Alright. Now this is the part that really you have to pay attention, because if you don't do this part right, the rest of it will be messed up. So one side will be like this. One side will be like this. Okay? And the other side will be like this, where you'll have these layers here. Okay? Hold that side with the layers up like this. You're gonna take one of these corners here, because it should divide like this. You're gonna take one of these corners, and you're gonna just bring it. You're gonna bring the edge. You're gonna bring the edge to the middle of the paper, just like that. And do that for all 4 sides. There'll be 4 different little pieces like that. It should be like that. Okay? This seems like a lot of work just for one water balloon. It does, but once you do it like once or twice, it comes really fast. Like if I wasn't showing you guys, I would have already had like 2 of these done. And they're cool looking, and you can use them for multiple things. Okay. So like that, you're gonna do the same thing to the other side. Just like that. Okay? You got it? Alright. Now watch. If you look here at your little guy here, okay? You can see if I kind of like pinch this part, it kind of makes a gap right there. What you're going to do with that gap is you're going to take this little piece here. Take this little piece here. Okay? You're going to fold that into the gap you just made. Okay? Like that. Okay? You do that 4 times. Again, make your little gap there. My beefy hands are in the way. And then you're going to fold this piece down into the gap. Okay, also crease it. Crease it once it's folded in there to kind of hold it into place. Other side, same thing. Push it in there. Crease it. Okay. Boom. And just like that, you just made the water balloon. Okay? It should look like this. Now here's the important part. If you want to just keep it on you as a ready, this is how you carry it. Carry it in your pocket like this. Now if you're ready to use the water balloon, this is how you do it. So you'll see one end will be like this, okay? And one end will be like this. It'll look kind of janky on the top. That top part, if you spread the wings of it out like this, okay? That top part is a hole. You see that? You're going to blow into that hole. Watch. And just watch what happens. Now, if you don't fold it, like I didn't fold it good enough, so this one corner came out, but this is where you'll see all your mess ups. Okay? All right. You should get a little box like this. Okay? And sometimes, if you do it just perfectly, it'll come out. The box will look cool enough on its own. Okay? But you'll have this little box here. If you did everything else right. Okay? Now, on this top of this little box, there's a hole. That is where you put your water in. Let me get a water bottle. Hold on. Okay, chat. Now you have your water balloon. Get your water. Okay? And I don't know if I can show the results. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to pour the water right into that hole. But be warned. Once you do that, like you said, Evelyn, this is water and paper. So what's going to happen is the paper is going to melt and it's going to pop. If you make it depends on the paper. It also depends on the size of the paper. Something like this probably going to last maybe 15 seconds before it explodes, like, or at least breaks. But you can use it instantly. So you can fill it and then immediately throw it and it'll work. You're going to pour your water in there. And once you pour your water in there, it's loaded, it's ready. It's like a live grenade. You got to get rid of it. If you're trying this at home right now, I recommend doing it by a sink. I am by a sink. I will use... What can I use to show the effects of it without spilling water all over my... Hold on. Hold on. Let me grab some. This is our bowl from yesterday. If you were here yesterday, you'll recognize it. That's what we carried all our ice out in. We'll use that. We'll use that as our target. Okay. So you take your water, pour it into your water balloon, like so. Doing it in a sink is probably your best option, because you will spill water on yourself if not. Okay? There's some water in there, not much. But see, it's holding the water pretty decently. I mean, the water's in there. Okay, and now, in theory, you want to be able to fill this up as much as possible. Okay, now I could show you just it imploding on itself. Okay, but now what you do is you have your water balloon, it's live, it's ready, and now you just toss it. So, say this is your friend, okay, or your enemy, okay? You just go, and it explodes water on them. You can't really see it, but I mean, it popped, and it splashed the water. And if you need proof it popped, here's the top of it. All right, I mean, here it is. Boom! Water balloon out of a single piece of paper. And if the more you do it, you're spilling water everywhere. Yes, I am. The more you do it, the faster you'll get at it. Okay, let's make this tea. Computer, play intense classical music.
Playing intense classical music
It is time for the tea, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well, first and foremost, we got our tea packet. I prefer using like a black tea or something like that. However, I do not have that on me right now. All I have is green tea. So that is what we're using today. It's not the best for this recipe, but it'll work. Okay, we got our tea. Clock it. Okay, got our tea. Putting it in the cup. Bam! First step, already halfway done with your tea. Look at that. Secondly, get your hot water. Pour it in there. Now, you don't want to completely fill it. You want to leave some room for cream or whatever you like to add to it. But you're going to fill it most of the way. Also, I'm an idiot and I just dropped the dipper. Okay. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Give it a couple drops. I'm going to put a little bit more water in there. Depending on how smooth you like your tea, is dependent on how full you should make it. Okay? Boom. Got your tea in there. You're making it. Okay. Now, here's this thing. For y'all that know me, know I love one type of seasoning a lot. There's a seasoning I really, really enjoy. Pumpkin spice. Now, the problem with pumpkin spice is you can buy pumpkin spice. And I do have pumpkin spice. I have it right here. But I only have this much. By the way, if you're seeing those numbers, it's because I love pumpkin spice so much. I wrote the gram amount of how much it weighs so I know if somebody uses it without my permission. I love pumpkin spice. But not everybody has a pumpkin spice container. So I'm going to show you how to make some pumpkin spice as well. Okay? Get you a tiny mixing bowl or some tiny little bowl to use. We don't need anything big like that. This works. Okay. Boom. Something like that. Now, there's three main ingredients in pumpkin spice, and it is cinnamon, nutmeg, and ginger. However, I do not have ginger. So, some recipes recommend using more cinnamon then to give it that kind of bitterness. But what I also see, and what I've also seen, and what I also know, is that you can use, as a substitute, this is insane, some black pepper. Black pepper. Okay. I don't know. I haven't tried it. I've tried the cinnamon, the extra cinnamon, and some nutmeg, but I have not tried with black pepper. I'm interested to see how this works. Okay? How many times has Andre said pumpkin spice in 2 minutes? About 200 times. Yes, I love pumpkin spice. Okay, pumpkin spice lattes, pumpkin pie. For my birthday, my aunt, she made me. Wait, she'd be my aunt, right? Yeah. She made me a pumpkin pie cheesecake. Okay. All right. Yeah, I know, black pepper instead of for a ginger substitute to give it a bitterness. I don't know. Let's try it. Okay, I'm gonna take. Actually, you guys can stay there. All right. So do some. You were doing really precise measurements here, if you can't tell. Do some nutmeg, not a ton of nutmeg. You can do some parts nutmeg. Blech. Nutmeg. If you smell nutmeg, if you have nutmeg, go smell nutmeg. It kind of smells like pepper. Not gonna lie. Okay. Now your cinnamon. Your cinnamon is your drawing your life force for this pumpkin spice. Your cinnamon is your life force. Have cinnamon. I have cinnamon sugar here, so it's gonna be a more sweeter flavor, but it's fine. Okay. So you want your cinnamon in there. I have regular cinnamon, but I'm going to use the cinnamon sugar because I like some pumpkin spice with some sweetness to it, okay? All right, I like my pumpkin spice with some sweetness. Now, if you mix that up, I know, this is disgusting. I've already washed my hands, so we're good. Okay. If you mix it up and you give this a whiff, it already smells like pumpkin spice. Does it taste like pumpkin spice? I did a little bit too much nutmeg, I think. It does. It genuinely does. It does taste a little bit like pumpkin spice. I'm going to do a little bit more sugar. Or not sugar. A little bit more cinnamon sugar. A little bit more cinnamon in there. Okay. I probably should have done normal cinnamon, not cinnamon sugar, but whatever. Too late now. We're in too deep. Okay. Mix it up. mean, yeah. That already tastes like pumpkin spice a good bit. Now let's add the pepper. The black pepper. Our music is so intense right now. Okay. Black pepper time, baby. I'm only going to do a little bit, see what it affects it. There. Oh, you guys can't see it. Sorry. My bad. My bad, chat. Okay. You guys see that? Okay. Let's mix it up. See if a black pepper adds that sharpness. Because pumpkin spice has a little bit of a sharp flavor to it from the ginger. So it should, in theory. Nah. I'll be darned. Lies, all lies. Be quiet, Noah. Computer, shut up. Alright, chat. Hold on. I promise you. Okay. It is no secret, chat. I love pumpkin spice. And I know what pumpkin spice tastes like. The cinnamon and nutmeg is not bad, okay? Cinnamon and nutmeg does not make bad pumpkin spice. It's actually the two main ingredients in pumpkin spice. But it's always missing something when I make it. And I know it's ginger because that's what you're supposed to use. You're supposed to use ginger and one other seasoning. I can't remember what it's called, though, off the top of my head. But ginger is like the part that gives it that spice. I used the black pepper. I promise you, I used barely any of it. I was gonna say if you do this much, I put like just barely a splash of black pepper in there, and that was enough to add that like kind of back flavor of spice to it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so we're gonna add that to our tea here. I probably need to do a little bit more water because I don't want it to be like all milk. So let's add a little bit more water. Okay, there we go. Boom. We learned how to do not paper airplane, paper water balloon today. We learned how to make tea today, how to make pumpkin spice, today. Now, let's finish it all off with some good old-fashioned. I'm going to put some milk in there. I have half and half, but I'm not that gay. I'm not that gay. Hold on. Say hi to my mom. Hi, Aunt Megan. Hi, Aunt May. Love you. All right. Okay. I'm going to put the mic down for a second while I go get the milk. Hold on. Alrighty, chat. Adding a little bit of milk. Not much. Just a little bit. Boom. That was probably too much. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. That was a bit much. But that's fine. That is fine. That's A-okay. It turned way whiter than it was supposed to. That's okay. It's alright. We'll live. We'll live. Worse things have happened. Worse things have happened before. Okay. Now, we got ourselves some tea with a little bit of milk, some milk with a little bit of tea in it, more like. What is the solution here? Well, let me try the tea now, okay? This is just green tea at this point, and she hates pumpkin spice, LOL. Wow. Aunt Megan, you don't like pumpkin spice? That tastes like dog water. That is not enough tea. I did not realize how large this cup was. That is just water slightly scented by tea. But that's fine, because we're going to fix it all with our good old-fashioned pumpkin spice here. All right, we made it. Homemade pumpkin spice. All right, just throw that sucker in there. Look at that. It has a beautiful topping to it. I mean, you could sell photos of that. That looks beautiful. Alrighty. Now, what we're gonna do is mix it up. We're gonna mix it up. Not like mixing it up as in like adding any sort of anything extra to it. We're just literally mixing it up. Okay. And again, I dropped the whole tea packet in there. You know what? That's fine because I'm gonna get it out in a second. Chat, am I yapping? Am I yapping a lot right now? Okay. Bada bang, bada boom. Okay, take your tea packet out. I'm gonna just throw it in our little holder thing here, along with the fork. That was planned. Okay. Boy, what are you doing, LOL? I am making tea with pumpkin spice in it, okay? Alright, chat. There you have it. Look at the beautiful color in that. You can see the spice specks running around. Alright. Now taste test. This is the most important part. If it tastes like junk, then none of this was worth it, and I wasted all of our times today. Yeah. That was the most incredibly bland tasting thing I've ever put in my mouth. I am not gonna lie. Oh, oh, hold on. I forgot. Hold on. I have to be extra. Oh my goodness, guys. This is the best tasting thing I've ever had. Wow. Incredible flavor. The best flavor I've ever had. People ask me, they say, how did you get so much flavor into one tea? And I say, it's because that's just how I work. That's how I work. Honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not great. If you like super sweet tea and stuff, if you are like my grandmother and love sweet tea, a cup of sugar with a side of tea, it's not gonna do it for you. It's not gonna. Maybe add some more sugar to it if you want it like that. But honestly, for it being what it is, a tea, pumpkin spice flavored tea, I like it. I genuinely like it. Am I gonna go make it again? Probably not, because I like to drink my tea black. I just don't like. I like it plain because I just like the flavor of the tea. And normally when I'm drinking like tea or coffee or something like that, it's just to wake me up. It's a little hot water and a little bit of caffeine in it that has that help. Yeah. I think that's it. I think that is good. We're gonna leave it there. I could add like I have special flavored half and halves in the fridge. I could add to make it more flavorful. I could add another tea packet to bring forth more tea flavor. And yes, I said bring forth because I'm from the 1800s. But I think we're gonna leave it there. I think that's good on its own. We're gonna appreciate it for what it is. Okay? All right. Alrighty, chat. Day 4 out of the final 6. Now, it was a shorter stream, and that was on purpose because I'm getting picked up in like 25 minutes, so I have to go get dressed and change for church. But yeah, I was glad I was able to think of something because, to be honest, I could not think of what I was going to do today. So I was like, you know what, tea. Let's have some tea. So that's what I did. All right, chat. Thank you for being here. If you're watching this afterwards, thank you for watching. You're the GOAT. I will see y'all next time. Oh, hold on. I have to pull the... Oh, computer's so far away. All right, chat. Until next time, adios, amigos and amigas.
Gracias for watching me, amigos and amigas. ¿Dónde está baño? It's a cover.